The dangers of YouTube. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So I think a lot of us have heard there was a YouTuber. They say he's famous. I guess maybe in Mexico he's famous. I had never heard of him. But a YouTuber by the name of El Jasper was found bound, taped up, wrapped up, and with 70 bullet holes in his body. And he was found in Culiacan, Mexico. And, people have there's already their theories on what happened. And look, the only people that know what happened are the ones that were involved. I don't talk about cartel stuff. I try not to ever talk about any criminal organizations. Never mention their alleged members, cases, any of that. But when I heard the story, I said, you know what, let me go ahead and just talk about the dangers of social media and the clout, the chase for clout, man. I did a video a couple months ago about another channel, another YouTube channel. And I did it because I hear the whispers. I hear what's going on. And I was trying to make sure this person understood the danger you're putting yourself in. You're also bleeding that to all the other raza channels. And, his fanboys got all mad at me. Oh, you hating on the dude. No, I'm not. I just know how serious it is when you talk about certain stuff. There are things that come with that. And I think it's irresponsible for people to drag others into their stuff, but it is what it is. We can't control who reacts and how they react. But we know there is a reaction, right? And when I say that YouTube is dangerous, it's no one is immune. No one is immune when it comes to this YouTube thing, when it comes to content creation. I see some of these troll channels, they talk about, I could go anywhere, I could do anything. And I'm like, until you can't. I saw somebody live the other day. This individual has mentioned me or done a video on me over 30 times in the last 28 days, right? And he went live and he was like, I could go anywhere. He was outside. And if you go and you watch the video, those of you that know who the pronoun is, go and watch that live. Every time headlights turned on his block, he looked. Because he knows. He knows who he has disrespected in his own state. The fact that they haven't touched him is, that's their business. But, it is what it is, man. I see vatos that are on YouTube that are supposed to represent the same pedo, and they're at odds. And I'm not going to say what group it is. We all know what group it is. And I scratched my head over it. Last week I went in on a channel, but I went in on a channel that had been going in on me for over a year. I kept my mouth shut. There's a few channels that have been going in on me for over a year, and I kept my mouth shut. And then when I do respond finally, then I'm no longer humble. I've become arrogant. And I'm like, well, damn, am I supposed to just continue to be a whooping boy? Especially when people show you who I already knew they were. It's like with pronoun, I keep my mouth shut. He's a rat. I just don't talk about it. I don't want to bring myself down to these cats' level. That's why I don't say their names. They're dying for me to say their names. But I want to get back to this whole Jasper thing, man. It's unfortunate that someone had to lose their life over content. But we have a choice. We have a decision every day what type of content we're going to put out. And what type of content we choose to put out brings back a certain reaction, whether it's a positive reaction or a negative reaction. And that is based on the content itself. Is it positive or is it negative? What you put out is what you bring back. You know, I don't know how old this dude was, but I know he won't see another year. He won't see another minute. He won't see another day. And I'm not saying that to be cold or callous. I'm saying it because it's the facts. I think every one of us that's on YouTube, we understand that once we get on YouTube, what people want to happen to us and what people want to do to us is no longer in our hands because we have made ourselves public figures. And as long as everyone is okay with that, then you're fine. But me personally, I know this. I will make videos to clown. Now and then I'll roast people. But especially on this channel, on the Dubs channel, I make content to give people a glimpse into my former lifestyle without having to talk about heavy ass individuals that I actually did time with, that I had conversations with. You know, a lot of these dudes on YouTube that are in this so-called prison genre, they talk about stuff that we're never a part of. They talk about people they've never met. They're making stuff up or they're being fed a line. Me, on the other hand, I talk about my own life experiences, my personal experiences. I talk about things that I've done to an extent, things that I was involved in to an extent, because I have a line that I'm not willing to cross. I don't do any of it to glorify that world or that lifestyle. Why would I? My point is to get you to see the family you were born into, no matter how dysfunctional they are, that's some real love right there. Maybe there's some stuff in the way that you guys got to work out, but that's real type of love. This love we look for in the streets, in the neighborhood. The first time you get busted and you don't receive no money, you don't receive no letters, you don't receive a lot of stuff, that should be the time where you're like, damn, man, where's everybody at? But we know when the homie goes to jail, we ain't thinking of him either, right? So you know how you think when your homie goes to jail. So you can't be surprised when the homies think of you the same way when you go to jail, right? But some people are smarter than others. Me, I was just an idiot. I didn't care. You know, I was one of those, if I just go harder, the recognition will be there. The recognition is there from those behind the walls with you. Those on the streets are just scratching their head like, this dude's fucking lost his mind. Even your own homeboys who are in that world are like, damn, this Vato's fucking nuts. Because we all know, those of us that live that life, it don't matter how big or how small your body is, there's a handful of real live shooters. The rest of them live off of what they do. So deep down, you know, you can answer it yourself. In your neighborhood, were you really one of them shooters? Or did you live off of their reputation? Somebody left a comment yesterday in a video, in one of my prison videos, and he said, y'all OGs are a bunch of snakes. And I responded to him and I said, do you think there's camaraderie in prison? It's a fucking dog-eat-dog world in there, on a level you have never experienced unless you've been there. Especially in the California prison system. The politicking that goes on in California is unlike anywhere else. And it's very, very rare. Very rare for you, especially nowadays. When I first went in, there were some homies and I gravitated towards them and I got the right schooling. It's very rare now. I've told a lot of stories about my old celly, Pacas. And I've talked about it over and over again, how he told me, watch, Holmes, every time you go to the shoe, when you get out of the shoe, the game got more watered down. You know, I remember when homies would try to pick each other up and lace them up and school them. The 2000s hit, and the whole mentality was different. It was rare to find homies that were gonna lace you up out of love, without trying to lace you up with manipulation in mind. Anyways, man, this is a long video, longer than I wanted. It's a Sunday, I don't expect a lot. But when I saw that, man, I said, you know what, let me just talk about, I'm not gonna talk about him and what happened to him. I don't know what happened to him. I just know that everyone on YouTube should hold themselves to a certain accountability, because others will. That's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out of here.